Rose! It's all right, Rose. It's all right.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do. I want to live a normal life.
She's definitely ill. Something just moved on her hand.
Shut up! What's going on here? You look just like me.
Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue.
It's time.
Marking the target.
It's showtime!
Now, what next?
What is going on YouTube? Twitchy Tango here, and yes, it's a video, it's an upload if you will. Shorts have been popping off, channel's been growing, so I need to go ahead and do this while I can. If you hadn't noticed from the first 2 minutes and 14 seconds, we're talking about the Shadow of Rose, the expansion, a way for Capcom to finish out the story that started with 7, while giving finally some more time to characters that need it, like Jill, like Ada, like Rebecca. I could go on and on and on, and I'd probably be at this for a while. Capcom's got to do better. I'm hoping this next RE title, the aptly named Resident Evil 9, focuses more on, the characters like Chris, Jill, probably Jill, Claire, Ada, Rebecca, Leon. Focuses on all of them, because odds are they're just going to play it safe and show what happened between Chris and the BSAA, which means we won't be playing as Ethan anymore. And again, I don't hate Ethan as much as I used to, but I'm ready to play as characters I actually somewhat care about, even though I care about Ethan in a way, because, he's a dad. He did everything he could for his daughter. Just fuck me, I guess. Because also he thought she was dead, so there's that too. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's a great way that they're going to end the story like this. Hey, and in third-person perspective, that's kind of a big deal. So I'm very much happy for that as well. Very happy for Capcom. What we thought wasn't possible is possible. So excited. I've been having a lot of time with... I won't say a fun time with Resident Evil 4 Randomizer. You'll see a few clips on the screen what I've been dealing with. It is pure chaos and anarchy, and I wish Capcom would embrace it by actually paying their developers to make a randomizer. Because if a modder with his computer can do it, imagine what Capcom could do with randomizers. If that was a DLC for RE4 Remake, I would pay a full price game for it. I'm not even gonna lie. I would chill out hard. I would chill out for anything Capcom does. And I love Resident Evil 6. But let's dive into this. Let's get started, shall we? I gotta get my broken headset on so I can hear what they're talking about, what they're smoking. Ocho, so let's go.
Rose! It's all right, Rose. It's all right.
So it seems like even though Rose was like a child, I think she was about a year or so old. She wasn't too big. It seems like she's able to retain the memory of what Ethan did, whether that's because of the Megamycete or what, I don't know. I would think she has some sort of connection to her dad because of how she was conceived and how her father died. her being that she was conceived. Again, bear in mind, Rose was conceived through impossible means. As we've become well aware, Ethan died during the events of Resident Evil 7, and the mold has just been sustaining him, keeping him alive. Why is that quality so freaking bad, dude? So, oh, maybe it's just how I gotta pause. So, she was not conceived through normal means, considering her mom was infected with the mold, or the E virus. So, there's so many alphabet viruses in Resident Evil. At this point, I just think, what's the next alphabet? But you see, she was not conceived through normal means. In fact, she is very much not a true, I would say, truly human in a lot of aspects. You know, she has the flesh suit, she has ability to talk as such, but she's technically, one could argue, not truly fully human. Could be like similar to Sherry Birkin or Natalia.
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do. I want to live a normal life.
So we saw this at the end of Village. Clearly, Chris has done the best of what he could do to raise her Rose right, but there's something trying to get out, as we can see. I've seen a lot of people make the comparisons between Natalia and Little Miss. I think it's her other persona, and I think that could be a good correlation. We know what happened to Natalia, but good old Capcom has a tendency to completely just forget about certain plot threads and story beats. For context, Resident Evil Revelations 2 ends just as Chris and company are going to China in Resident Evil 6. So we don't know what happened to Natalia Alex Wesker. But it seems like there's two sides of Rose. One that wants to use her powers to take revenge on people who have wronged her, and the other, clearly Rose, that we see there just wanting to live a normal life. She wants to be free of everything that has binded her and control her. She doesn't want this weighing on her for the rest of her day. She clearly just wants to be normal. She doesn't want to have to keep doing missions for the current organization that's watched over her. You know, there's a lot to it, and clearly she thinks going into the Mega My seat is what's going to help her be free. So
Life.
So, if I'm not mistaken, there's two trailers going around. One with the story mode, giving the story what's going on with it, and this one, I'm not going to show the story one because there's a big plot point I feel that shows up in this one. But essentially, she's got a bit of the Mega My seat. I guess they got from after the bomb went off during Village, and they've been studying it for years, maybe to try to understand it better, how the mold was able to do what it does, how it retains the consciousness of others. So clearly this is going to have her come to a head and see the events that surrounded, what was going on with her as she was a child and what her father did to do so. This clearly looks like Castle Dimitrescu. I'm saying that wrong. Sue me. So she's clearly going inside the Mega My seat to see what awaits, what she can find out how to stop, the mold, the Mega My seat from being a part of her, which I think will honestly be the end goal. Or the end goal is Capcom does a know you and decides to make her the new antagonist, and you get to play as Old Man Leon, leading the next generation. He dies heroically, getting ripped to shreds. Wouldn't put it past Capcom, you know?
She's definitely ill. Something just moved on her hand.
So she's grown up. No, I guess she's been made aware of who she was. The Mega My seat itself still lives within her. It's trying to get out, so to speak, maybe. And kids notice that. Kids are cruel, man. No matter who you are, Clearly she's been bullied. Clearly she's been picked on her entire life. I'm sure Chris did what he could to try to steer her in the right direction. But, kids are cruel. And that's clearly, you can see it's had some sort of effect on her, how people have treated her entire life. She doesn't know her real father. She has Chris, and maybe we don't know what's going on with Mia and how she's treated her. I'm sure she did her best. Who knows? But it's really hard to say, Rose clearly does not want to be a super soldier. She doesn't want to be like Sherry Birkin. She doesn't want to have to use her powers all her life because of who she is. She clearly just wants to be free. And I think that's what the goal is for her, is why she's looking into the Megamycete for answers, is to be free of this curse. Because while many like Wesker would see their abilities as a gift, many people like Sherry would use her curse and make it a gift to help others who have been affected like she had. Clearly Rose wants nothing to do with it. Clearly Rose wants to be free of it altogether, just so she can be a normal girl and grow up normal.
Shut up! What's going on here?
So, in the story trailer, we find out this guy's name is Michael. So we don't know who Michael is, whether that's a new persona of Ethan or someone who's been in the Megamycete longer than Ethan. We don't know. But clearly he's telling her this is not a place to be. And obviously there's a reason why. But she's looking for answers. She wants to be free of this curse. She wants to be free and not have to be consumed by it anymore. And it seems like he's telling her to leave while you still can, because this isn't a place you want to be, especially someone like Rose who has a deep connection to the Megamycete.
You look just like me.
So this is where the lines between Natalia and Little Miss, Rose and her, I can see being drawn, because there's another version, one that looks very similar to a villager from Village. So clearly this is the other part of Rose that maybe wants to be free to use her powers as she wants. Maybe this is the one trying to break free of the flesh suit she's within, so she can do as she pleases. Do like Dimitrescu or Mother Miranda, and not care about who gets in her way, and kill those who stand against her and have wronged her. This could be very similar to Little Miss, where Little Miss was constantly edging Natalia, and you could refuse to use your gifts. But the end result was the same for Natalia. She would essentially, as she says, the cage has been broken, the bird has been set free. So maybe this is the same situation. The other side of Rose, the one we saw at the end of Village, saying, I can show you things Chris doesn't know. Clearly, this is that version of her wanting to get out and use her powers for her own benefit, do whatever she wants, no matter who says or what anyone says to her. She will do what she wants because that's her gifts, and she wants to use it for her own vanity, I guess.
Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue.
So clearly this is Duke. Whether it's the Duke from Village that was helping Ethan, if it is the Duke that was helping Ethan, I'm very curious to know what that means. Was Duke just doing it to rid the world of Mother Miranda, because Duke was inherently really evil and was trying to be free of her? Because maybe Duke was there before Mother Miranda. What if Duke is just one of the first creations that the mold made? And he traveled the world seeing things. That's how he knows. That's how he knows the merchant from RE4. That's how he says the things that he does, because he's been around. But he had to come back because Mother Miranda was getting in the way of things. What if this is just Duke? Or what if it's the version of Duke that the mold never got to show to the world? There was a good Duke and there's an evil Duke, much as like there's an evil Rose and just Rose that we know. The possibilities are endless. Clearly, this Duke has been hunting anyone who comes looking for answers in the Megamycete. So, what is his journey? What is his approach? Clearly, he's going to be the antagonist, trying to stop Rose from getting answers. Maybe finding her dad. Maybe meeting her. We don't know. So it makes you wonder what this Duke is. If he's the Duke from the original, from Village, or what. It's hard to say, honestly. But I do like that this guy is going to be the antagonist. But even more so, like the story trailer says, this world is trying to stop her from, is trying to attack her because of what she is, because of her connection to the Megamycete. What reasons we don't know. But it'll be interested as the story unfolds to figure out where this goes. And that's it. Shadow Rose comes out in October, either the 22nd or the 28th, and will essentially wrap up the story that started all the way back in 7. Whether it ends good or bad for Rose, I don't know. I can only hope it ends well for her. There was a part I will add into it that shows her being happy. It could be that she's finally reunited with her father. My theory is, as she's trying to break free of the Mega Mycete, she's about to get free, but this Duke, whether it's our original Duke or not, it captures her. But then Ethan, I guess because he's become the god of the Mega Mycete because of his situation that he was in, saves her, and she's reunited with him, and he breaks her of the curse that has been weighing her on her entire life, rids her of the mold, tells her he's proud of her and everything she's done, and she leaves, and she tells Chris, everything's okay, I'm fine, and that's how it ends. She goes to live a normal life, and that ends the story that started with 7. But that's what I think. What do you guys think? What do you think? Are you excited that this is how they're going to end the story that started with 7? And that leaves the next numbered entry, 9, open for something else? Let's be honest, they're probably just going to play it safe and just have it focus on the downfall of the BSAA. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys think. If you enjoyed the content, leave a like. Tell me what you think. Subscribe if you're feeling generous. And without further ado, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy.